Hey guys, it's Rockeater. Going to show you a lightning build, dual wield. The purpose for dual wield is you're going to be wanting some attack speed on this build, so that the clones drop the decoys, monkeys, shadows, whatever you want to call them. Okay. You're going to want the Samwuko shoulders, gloves, and amulet. You don't necessarily need a socket here, it's not required, but it helps if you can add armor gem in there. The Tiguk. For helm, you're going to want this blinding flash helm. You can get some crit chance instead of increased spirit regen, but that's the roll I got. You're going to want your Ena's chest and belt, so you can keep up some spirit, and also so that you can kind of spam this to keep it going. Your sweeping wind. I like attack speed bracers. You don't need them. They add a lot of attack speed and whatever, move speed. You use steady strikers if you want. You could also use Reaper wraps, but you can't really go back for health globes with this build. But in a rift, other people pick them up. For bounties, I don't think this would be very good. But if you have nothing, yeah, you need something. So, for me, I use the SOJ. Ring of Royal Grandeur. You want these paths hexing, you walk around, adds more damage. You're constantly moving in this build. So, you want 2 lightning weapons. This is why I made this build. I found these and I said, well, let me make a build out of this. And I think somebody else had done a lightning build similar to it, and I remembered it, and so I kind of went off of that. These are great boots to have. You don't need them, but it's going to help with your Mystic Ally to either regen more spirit or to add more damage if you use fire. I'll explain that in a minute. Yeah, as far as gear goes, that's good to go. Here's my stats. I don't have much survival, not much armor. Attack speed. You want to put your stronger weapon in your main hand for this build. The one with the higher average damage. So this one's 1901 to 2480. This one's 17 to 23. So you when you first hit a skill, right? So right now, this whole time, every hit is being based off the damage of this weapon, believe it or not. So, I mean, at least that's what I've been told. I could be wrong. So here's all the stats. If you want to pause it and look, if you need to know anything, there's nothing really too important. You want your movement speed maxed. My crit chance and crit damage aren't even great, but I have a grip of lightning damage. And I'll show you what my damage is in a minute. Let's go over the, let's do the Paragon. Paragon core, you're going to want to add just what little bit you can to keep your movement speed at 25. Rest and dex. Offense. If you're having trouble with spirit and you can't pop this at the time, you want to max your cooldown reduction. I don't have the problem, so I do attack speed. Attack speed is most important, then you can put into whatever else you want. Defense is standard. Try to get your life up if you can. You're not running Grift with this build, just Torment 6. You're going to be doing rifts and bounties, and it's so that you can do it fast. You know, I don't see this build being viable in a Grift at all. I've done 35 with it in a group. I did 30 solo with it, but I cruised fast. It was nothing, but I don't think everybody will get the drops I got right away. I mean, maybe eventually you could do it, or maybe if I find different gear, I doubt it. So, but yeah, all resist, then armor. Resource cost reduction, obviously. Life on hit, obviously. Then area damage and whatever, depending on your Paragon. Tempest Rush, Lightning. Everything takes damage, blah blah blah. Dashing Strike. If you're doing bounties, use this. If you're doing rifts, use this. The reason being, in rifts, elites can really group up. You end up with like 2 or 3, maybe 5, and then the Rift Guard all at the same time, and you might have to get away from an explosion or jailer, and you might misclick, and then you'll die. But in bounties, you don't need that, because you're just flying past everything, and it's Act 1. Generally, it's easy. Cyclone, you get lightning tornadoes. I believe this is affected by crit chance. It doesn't say it, but it used to. But who knows? Maybe they changed it. If you don't have enough spirit, you can use Inner Storm, of course. It's 8 spirit. And this is free to cast, basically, with the Enos 2-piece. That's all you know. Well, 3-piece bonus. But yeah. You're going to want your Blinded Flash that works with this helm to restore spirit when you don't have it. I use Faith in the Light. It's 30% extra damage, and what I do is I save it for elites and I pop it. If I'm in a situation where I'm absolutely just out of spirit and there's no elite, I'll hit it anyway. Or if I know there's no elites for a while, or it's kind of far, or if your cooldown's high enough, you can pop it for big guys that are hard to trees and shit, whatever. If you're having trouble with your spirit, you can use this rune, Replenishing. It really doesn't help that much to have this. Like, you get enough from this, really. So, Epiphany, I always use Desert. There's really no need for anything else. I tried this Lightning Stun. No bueno. Insight, it doesn't channel enough to even use it. Inner Fire, you're lightning. So this could be viable though. This could add some damage, you know. But I like this Desert Shroud once again. I pop it for elites when I can, or when it's tough. And this isn't a Grift build, just T6 and bounties really. So Beacon Etar's a must. Exalted Soul's a must, because you need that little extra. You know, instead of 275, you have, or, well, 250 if you have no buffs, but 250 to 300 is a huge difference. Momentum, as you move, you get damage. Harmony for a little bit of survival. Now, if you're new to the build, this might be kind of tough, but this is end game once you have proper gear. If you're still working on your gear and you're having trouble surviving, go ahead and switch out Sweeping Wind for Mantra's Salvation, Agility. If you're able to survive and you're in a good group, say, well, hey, you know what? They're one-shotting everything, or I'm one-shotting everything. Why don't I just use this for movement speed and help us get through faster for the Rift, you know? So then if you use that, then you're gonna have that extra survival from that. So you'd remove Harmony and put Unity. Or you can even remove Momentum and put Unity. You know, if you're still having trouble surviving. And so on, so on. This build's very versatile, very adaptable. You can change a lot of things. So let's show it. Let's show it in action. We'll do a quick bounty. Here we go, the Butcher. Everybody always hates this one. Takes forever. Alright. Pop your Sweeping Wind. Constantly be moving forward. Dash when you can. When there's no enemies, you can stop for a second. But see, it's pretty quick and you can kill everything on the way. Okay, Elite, I pop Epiphany, pop Blinding Flash. They're dead. And then you just keep going like that. And basically what this is doing is killing everything on the way. You know? Just killing everything on the way. And instead of just dashing around and using Wave of Light or other skills or using another tune, you get all that XP on the bounties that you wouldn't have got before because you don't kill anything. You just run to the objective. Your lightning tornadoes mop up behind you. If you miss stuff, they'll be killing. You'll see legendaries drop 2 maps away. It's tornadoes, man, because you move so quick. That's it. That's the build. I think I explained it. If you have any questions, go ahead and put it in the comments. Or let me know in the clan, Rockeater, hashtag 1255. Or old school, Rockeater pound 1255. That's hashtag bullshit. Hey, y'all have a good one. Hope you learned something from the video. If you want to make a cool build,